Hello there, my beautiful thinking people. It's still December 14th, 2023. And I'm going to ask you, please, before we go on, hit the like button, subscribe, become a member of this channel. Help us go forward and get the information out, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of information that people need to hear. Whether they like it or not, they need to hear it. And the only way they're going to get it is if you guys participate in this channel. Give me your comments, your criticisms, anything to help us do better to move forward in the future and get the word out to more people. So the topic for today is something near and dear to most of your hearts, because most of my listeners are from Canada. Some of you are from the US of A, which this probably applies to you as well. But we're specifically talking about Canada and the finances that we are dealing with here in Canada. We have come to realize that the financial markets in Canada are laughable. Not that they're much different from the financial markets anywhere else in the world, but here in Canada, they're laughable. Why? Because they're controlled by people who have not your interest at heart. Now, you could say that's the same for almost all markets around the world, and I would probably agree with you. But we're talking about Canada. There was a time when Canada's currency was administered by the Bank of Canada. We had no debt. If you needed to borrow money, you borrowed it from the Canadian bank. And it was paid back to the Canadian bank. And you were not inundated with interest rates that killed you. You were not smothered like we see going on now. Why nobody has noticed what's going on around them, I don't understand. Interest rates go up. Who gets the raise? Did you ever think about that? That money goes to the bank, right? And then, the Bank of Canada charges a higher rate to the banks. So therefore, the Bank of Canada makes extra money. And then, that money, which was gotten by the world banks, was charged with a big interest rate to the Bank of Canada that has to pay that back to the World Bank. So who gets rich when you buy a house? I want you to look at your mortgage, your amortization, and look at the interest that you're paying. And tell me, where does that interest go? Did you ever think of following that money? The money trail goes, like I said, to your bank, to the Bank of Canada, to the World Bank, and to those who control the World Bank. Did you not realize that there was a human being at the end of that trail? Do you not realize that we are all making those human beings incredibly filthy, greedy, nasty rich? But you don't hear their names. So when you don't hear their names, you don't have somebody to target, do you? But you do. Do your research. Do your own research. It does work. Contrary to what you're being told by the mainstream news and media, the mainstream tells you, don't do your own research. What are you, retarded? You go, excuse me, don't call me that. Okay, sorry, not retarded. Okay, what are you, cognitively challenged? I still take offense to that. Find another word. Folks, I'm sorry to say this, but they're laughing at us. They're stealing money from our pockets while we watch them. And then we look around and we go, I don't know why life's so hard. I don't know why it's so expensive. Quite simple. Everybody's taking a chunk out of everything you do, everywhere you go. And all those chunks, when you add them up, come down to, well, I made $1, but it seems to have only gained me the same as if I only had 10 cents. That's correct, because everybody else has a piece of that dollar. And it's been allowed to happen by the people who are supposed to be representing you and serving you. Your servants are allowing others to rob you blind. You okay with that? Oh, you are? Okay, good. Then I'm speaking to the other people that aren't okay with that. Folks, you need to start doing your own research. You need to direct your anger in the right places. Don't be distracted by what the news dangles in front of your face. This guy's bad today. You need to be angry at this guy. You need to go around and talk to all your friends and family and tell them how bad this guy is. This guy bad. This guy's bad. Bad, 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 bad. Hey, excuse me. Why do I feel a hand in my pocket? I don't know what you're talking about. This guy's bad. Remember? Bad, 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 bad. Wait a second. My wallet's gone. Who took my wallet? Hey, 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 hey. Are you listening? This guy, bad, 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 bad. Look at this. Look at this. This is how all the horrible magicians of the past worked. And they got it over on people because the people were so gullible, right? They'd say, and I'm about to, and with this hand, they were doing all kinds of things that you didn't notice. And then they dazzle you with their magic. They've gotten way more sophisticated nowadays. And so have these guys. They've gotten so sophisticated, you will blame yourself for not being able to afford food for your family. Do your research. One person used to be able to go to work every day and pay for an entire family of expenses, and buy a car, and buy a home, take a vacation once or twice a year, take the kids,